Here's my 1 month progression from controller to keyboard and mouse. On day 26 I decided to start off with some piece control. Here I am going through these maps and warming up my edits. I'm going to be doing this all day to practice my piece control so I can get as good as Mongrel and the other pros and the people that inspire me most. This will help me drastically in arena, box fights, build fights, zone wars, or absolutely anything Fortnite involved. Getting these crosshair placements, these accurate shots, and these piece control will help me box my opponents and get easy and quick kills. So here I am going through this map as fast as I possibly can, practicing my Mongrel classics and then my sidewall and stair edits. Trying to do this as fast as possible. Sometimes I mess up because my crosshair is not correctly placed where it should be, and this is fine because this is only my 1 month progression. But throughout my progression I hope to get way better at edits so I no longer mess up that many edits as you guys see right now. Moving on to this next map, I'm going to be doing some different type of piece control. It's going to be the side and weirder positions you'll see more in arena or other game modes, such as box fights or weird competition or zone wars. Here I am getting these weird peaks and weird edits that you usually wouldn't see in piece control maps, but in this one this helps me know because most of these are, how'd you put this, easier to do if I practice them more than just hopping into a match and getting into these weird and difficult situations. So getting into these weird and difficult decisions will be way easier and way more comfortable. This will be so much easier for me because I will know how to do this and I will be able to outplay my opponents that are not as good as in this situation. This is especially good to know these situations because it will help me in competitive. If I was on controller I'd be able to do these super easy, but since I am on a new input and especially on console, this is making it 10 times harder with input delay and etc. and way more disadvantages than normal keyboard and mouse players. So I gotta get used to these tough situations to compete with keyboard and mouse players on PC and other great console players with aim assist or other things that I do not have as I have input delay. So in this clip I'm practicing these super weird situations that I would probably get in most in competitive, and I'm hitting these shots and practicing them most so then when I get into these situations it will not happen anymore. Then if we continue on with these situations it's going to get way easier to know these situations and I'll be able to do it quicker. Now we're moving on to some piece control. This is more just practice for me with crosshair placement and hitting those piece control shots and getting those right edits at the right point so I can get those easy 200 pumps. Some of these aren't 200 pumps because my crosshair is not placed right, or I shoot too early, or did not have trigger discipline. As stated here, you can see I mess up that shot, then I move here, and then I hit that shot. Watch, if I don't place my crosshair right, I will miss the head completely and I will have to drag or move it way over than I should have to. But if I hit the edit correctly with my crosshair placement map, it would be way easier to hit these easy headshots on these bots. So as I'm seeing here, you guys are seeing me get these quick edits as fast as I possibly can and then get the death over with. And then hitting these piece controls is very different from what I'm used to because these are not practical situations you will get in unless sometimes you're fighting a droid or an artificial intelligence. You will practically not get in these situations. These situations are way weirder than you guys would think, and they are weird because usually some of your shots would be hit in the head. You would get less of what you should get, and it is difficult because they shoot you and it's different from most. So I just try to practice my crosshair placement, making sure I can get those edits that will get onto that head quicker than me messing it up and having to redo it 100 times. So as you guys just seen, I missed there because I did not discipline my trigger and I just started spamming the button because I was trying to go as fast as I can. These edits are fine because this was just right after I did the first maps. Wasn't that warm. Free building was not available because it was down for a while. Then if we continue here, I'm just going to keep going for these quick and easy shots for the head. Some of these shots I miss because I am not disciplining my trigger, or I'm not going high enough, or I am just smacking the edge of my desk and not being able to hit it. But as shown here, I am getting really better at editing and these tough weird situations. Here we are back at my usual starting of a warm-up, but I decided to start it a little bit different. But here we are, I'm practicing these edits. These will most likely happen in competitive, maybe not exactly how it is shown, but these Mongrel Classics after Mongrel Classic will get me used to doing it in games and in different weird positions. So then when I get in game, I will feel more comfortable doing these situations. Cause say I've never done one of these in my life, but I'm super good at aiming and everything else. But I get in a situation where I have to do this. I'm gonna be absolutely terrible compared to the other players that have been doing this. Say I did this for 30 minutes a day, and then somebody did this for 5 minutes a day, and then they did this only 3 times. They would not be as good as the person that did it for 30 minutes a day. It takes time to get used to these situations. I've done this every day for 30 days, yeah. About 30 days. And I'm still continuing it on after this. This will be my main warm routine as it helps me a lot in getting used to these tough, weird Mongrel Classics. So getting through these piece controls and hitting these easy headshots is helping me understand where to place my crosshair and everything else. If you guys want these maps, they will be down in the description listed as they were shown. So moving on to day 27 to 28. I decided to work on my aim as my aim has felt a bit off this week. So I decided to practice my aim a little bit here. So as you see, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, getting those flicks over with. Trying to get these flicks good, trying to get them down. So in game, when it comes to me having to switch targets in competitions or other competitive modes, I'll be able to hit these shots very easily, and I'll be better than the player that has not shot a single shot or practiced their aim a little bit. Throughout my 1 month progression, I have tried so hard to get my aim down, because that is the main thing of keyboard and mouse. Editing, yes. Building, yes. But the aim is the most important thing. On controller, it is super easy to aim in a way, but on controller, it is way easier to build than it is on keyboard and mouse and edit. But the aim on controller is perfect, and it takes skill, but it does not take as much skill as aiming on keyboard. And I've played controller for the past 4 to 8 years on Fortnite and other games. Here I am practicing my hip-fire aims like I would with my shotgun. I decided not to use a shotgun as it doesn't shoot as fast as it usually would with the AR. And it makes it way easier to track these targets with a gun that can shoot multiple rounds at a time instead of a shotgun. It makes it way easier for me to understand and get these down. But if you guys are going to do this, I totally suggest you guys use a pump if you're wanting to practice with that. You'll just go a bit slower. But me practicing this fast is going to help me out a lot more than practicing with the pump. Do not do the zoomed in. If you do the zoomed in, it's going to be way harder. You'll have to play at a high sense. Because as you guys see, these balls are placed very weirdly. But I'm still hitting these shots because I'm trying my best to get these difficult and weird positions where people's heads could be, or their chests, or wherever you might shoot them. This is going to train me to know when to shoot and how to shoot and how quickly to go to each target. Now we are moving on to the vertical and horizontal training. Right here, I'm just tracking this bot. So as you guys seen from the week 1 and the days, my aim has improved drastically from where it just came from in only 1 month. And it'll only get better over time doing this over and over, getting used to these positions and how fast it is going. I think my record on this is killing 3, just not on clip days or when I usually record. So here I am getting this bot. I'm pretty sure the health is about 1,000, and it is not as easy as you think because sometimes it glitches, messes you up. But there we go, I just killed it right there. Now we're moving on to the second bot, trying to get it in under 10 seconds, which is not possible from my aim in only a month, but as you guys see, I'm doing some pretty good damage. This will probably kill a couple players. Now we're doing some skeet training, as people would be gliding or bouncing or even shockwaving. This is practicing me to get used to those situations or people jumping off of places. This is getting me used to tracking them vertically and then tracking them coming at me. This is making it 10 times easier to understand and see the movement of players and other things during these movements. This is making me help and get used to these situations before they come. This is 10 times easier than not being able to know when these situations are going to come. As you guys see, I'm not hitting every shot. That's fine. That's because these bots are moving weirder than you would expect. And in the clips it doesn't show, but this is harder than you would think it is. Moving on, we are going to shoot these bots even more. Try to get it done in 7 seconds. Now I'm trying to go for some hip fires to see if I can get it, but I can't. Now we are moving on to the next day, 2 days, sorry. We are moving on to some box fights in arena. This is the last days. This is going to be day 28, 29, and 30. Or half a day 28, 29, and 30. I didn't play the full day 28 because I had homework and stuff. So here we are going to these box fights. I had a lot more clips, but they unfortunately got corrupted due to